The PlayStation 4 is a home video game console developed by Sony Computer Entertainment. Announced as the successor to the PlayStation 3 during a press conference on February 20, 2013. It was launched on November 15, 2013 in North America, and November 29, 2013 in Europe, South America and Australia. It competes with Nintendo's Wii U and Microsoft's Xbox One, as part of the 8th generation of video game consoles, moving away from the more complex cell microarchitecture of its predecessor. The console features an AMD accelerated processing unit built around the x86-64 architecture, with a theoretical peak performance of 1.84 teraflops. AMD stated that the processor was the most powerful APU they had developed to date. The PlayStation 4 places an increased emphasis on social interaction and integration with other devices and services, including the ability to play games off the console on PlayStation Vita and supported Sony Xperia mobile devices, the ability to stream gameplay online, or to friends with the ability for them to control gameplay remotely. The console's controller was also refined over that of the PlayStation 3, with improved buttons, analog sticks and an integrated touchpad among other changes. Reception to the PlayStation 4 prior to its launch was positive, with critics praising Sony for acknowledging its consumers' needs, embrace of independent game development, and for not imposing the same digital rights management schemes that Microsoft had previously announced for Xbox One prior to its release. Critics and third-party studios also praised the capabilities of the PlayStation 4 in comparison to its competitors. Developers described the performance difference between the console and Xbox One as being significant and obvious. Sales of the PlayStation 4 have been significantly high during the 2013 fiscal year. Sony led in global sales of video game consoles for the first time since 2005, led by strong sales of PS4 consoles. As of January 2016, at least 35.9 million PlayStation 4 units have been sold worldwide. History. According to lead architect Mark Cerny, development of Sony's fourth video game console began as early as 2008. Less than 2 years earlier, the PlayStation 3 had launched after months of delays due to issues with production. PlayStation Europe CEO Jim Ryan said Sony wanted to avoid repeating the same mistake with PS3's successor. In designing the system, Sony worked with software developer Bungie, who offered their input on the controller and how to make it better for shooting games. In 2012, Sony began shipping development kits to game developers, consisting of a modified PC running the AMD Accelerated Processing Unit chipset. These development kits were known as Orbis. In early 2013, Sony announced that an event known as PlayStation Meeting 2013 would be held in New York City, US, on February 20, 2013. To cover the future of PlayStation, Sony officially announced the PlayStation 4 at the event. They revealed details about the console's hardware and discussed some of the new features it will introduce. Sony also showed off real-time footage of games in development, as well as some technical demonstrations. The design of the console was unveiled in June 2013 at the Electronic Entertainment Expo, and the initial recommended retail prices of $399, €399, and £349 given. The company revealed release dates for North America, Central America, South America, Europe and Australia, as well as final pieces of information. At a Gamescom press event in Cologne, Germany, on August 20, 2013. The console was released on November 15, 2013 in the United States and Canada, followed by further releases on November 29, 2013. By the end of 2013, the PS4 was launched in more European, Asian and South American countries. The PS4 released in Japan at 39,980 yen on February 22, 2014. Sony finalized a deal with the Chinese government in May 2014 to sell its products in mainland China, and the PS4 will be the first product to be released. Kazuo Hirai, chief executive officer of Sony, said in May, "The Chinese market, just given the size of it, is obviously potentially a very large market for video game products. I think that we will be able to replicate the kind of success we have had with PS4 in other parts of the world in China." In September 2015, Sony reduced the price of the PS4 in Japan to 34,980 yen, with similar price drops in other Southeast Asian markets. The first official sub-£300 PS4 bundle was the £299.99 Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection 500GB, released in the UK on October 9, 2015. A 1TB £329.99 version was offered at the same time. On October 9, 2015, the first official price cut of the PS4 in North America was announced, a reduction of $50 to $349.99 and by $20 to $429.99. An official price cut in Europe followed in late October 2015, reduced to €349.99 per £299.99. Hardware. The technology in the PlayStation 4 is similar to the hardware found in modern personal computers. This familiarity is designed to make it easier and less expensive for game studios to develop games for the PS4. Technical specifications. We have not built an APU quite like that for anyone else in the market. It is by far the most powerful APU we have built to date. John Taylor, AMD. The PlayStation 4 uses a processor developed by AMD in cooperation with Sony. It combines a central processing unit and graphics processing unit, as well as other components such as a memory controller and video decoder. The CPU consists of two quad-core Jaguar modules totaling 8x86-64 cores. The GPU consists of 18 compute units to produce a theoretical peak performance of 1.84 TFLOPS. The system's GDDR5 memory is capable of running at a maximum clock frequency of 2.75 GHz and has a maximum memory bandwidth of 176 GB per second. The console contains 8 GB of GDDR5 memory, 16 times the amount of RAM found in the PS3, and is expected to give the console considerable longevity. It also includes secondary custom chips that handle tasks associated with downloading, uploading, and social gameplay. These tasks can be handled seamlessly in the background during gameplay or while the system is in sleep mode. The console also contains an audio module, which can support in-game chat as well as a very large number of audio streams for use in-game. Its read-only optical drive is capable of reading Blu-ray discs at speeds of up to 3 times that of its predecessor. The console features a hardware-on-the-fly decompression module, boosting optical disc reading speed and buffer unread data when a game is not actively accessing the optical drive. Although the console supports photos and videos at 4K resolution, the system is not expected to render games at 4K. The console includes a 500 GB hard drive for additional storage, which can be upgraded by the user. The PlayStation 4 features Wi-Fi and Ethernet connectivity, Bluetooth, and 2 USB 3.0 ports. An auxiliary port is also included for connection to the PlayStation camera, a motion detection digital camera device first introduced on the PS3. A mono headset, which can be plugged into the DualShock 4, is bundled with the system. Audio, video output options include HDMI TV and optical SPDIF audio. The console does not have an analog audio, video output. The PS4 features a rest mode feature. This places the console in a low power state, while allowing users to immediately resume their game or app once the console is awoken. The console also is able to download content such as game and OS updates while it is in this state. Controllers. DualShock 4 is the PlayStation 4's primary controller. Similar to the DualShock 3, it connects to the console via Bluetooth. The DualShock 3, however, is not compatible with the PS4. The DualShock 4 is equipped with several new features, including a touchpad on the front. The controller supports motion detection via a gyroscope and an accelerometer, plus improved vibration, as well as being the first PlayStation first-party controller to feature official support for the Windows PC platform. It includes a non-removable rechargeable battery. The controller features several output connectors. A stereo headphone jack supports the connection of regular earphones or a headset to allow a user to speak and hear audio simultaneously. A micro USB port, an extension port, and a mono speaker are also included. The controller can be charged via micro USB, a dedicated charging station, or the console. DualShock 4 features the following buttons: PS button, share button, options button, directional buttons, action buttons, shoulder buttons, triggers, analog stick click buttons, and a touchpad click button. These mark several changes from the DualShock 3 and other previous PlayStation controllers. The start and select buttons have been merged into a single options button. The share button allows players to upload videos from their gameplay experiences. The joysticks and triggers have been redesigned based on developer input. The joysticks now feature a concave surface and have an etched backing to enhance grip. DualShock 4 also features a light bar that can display different colors. The colors help identify players and alert them with critical messages such as low health. It also interacts with a camera attachment that perceives movement and depth by using the controller's light bar. It is based on the existing technology used in the PlayStation Move. Existing PlayStation Move controllers are supported on the PS4. Camera. PlayStation Camera is an optional motion sensing accessory for the PlayStation 4. It includes two 1280x800 pixel lenses operating with an aperture of f2.0 with 30 cm focusing distance, and an 85 degrees field of view. The dual camera setup allows for different modes of operation, depending on the target application. The two cameras can be used together for depth sensing of objects in its field of vision. Alternatively, one of the cameras can be used for generating the video image with the other used for motion tracking. PlayStation Camera also features a 4-channel microphone array, which helps reduce unwanted background noise and may even be used to receive voice commands. With the PlayStation Camera connected, different users can automatically log on to the system via face detection. Virtual reality headset. On March 19, 2014, Sony unveiled PlayStation VR, a virtual reality device for the PlayStation 4 featuring a head-mounted display with 1080p resolution and a 90-degree field of view. PlayStation VR is not the final product and is still a work in progress. There has yet to be any confirmation on pricing and release date for the public, software and services. The PlayStation 4's operating system is called Orbis OS, based upon a customized FreeBSD 9.0. The PlayStation 4 does not require an internet connection to function, although it will provide more functionality when it is connected to the internet. The PS4 includes a WebKit-based web browser, which is a departure from the PS3, which uses the NetFront browser. The PS4 browser is based on the same modern WebKit core as Google Chrome and Apple Safari, giving it a high score in HTML5 compliance testing and putting it atop all the consoles. The PlayStation 4 introduces a new customizable interface titled PlayStation Dynamic Menu, featuring a variety of color schemes. The interface displays the player's identity, recent activity, and other details in addition to unlocked trophies. A PS4 can have multiple user accounts, all with their own passcodes. Each player account has the option to use a real name with friends or a nickname in other situations when anonymity is important. Facebook profiles can be connected to PlayStation Network accounts, making it easier to recognize friends. The home screen features real-time content from online friends. The "What's New" activity feed includes shared media, recently played games, and other notifications. Services from third-party vendors, such as Netflix and Amazon Video, are also accessible within the new interface. It is possible to multitask during gameplay, such as opening a web browser or managing party chat and switching rapidly between applications. By double-tapping the PS button, a camera or a microphone enables for users to control the system through voice input. The PS4 comes with a microphone which plugs into the controller. Players can navigate the user interface, start a game, take screenshots, and save videos. Saying PlayStation initiates voice control, and all commands displays a list of possible commands. Multimedia features. The PlayStation 4 system software supports Blu-ray disc playback and DVD playback. Playing a CD is not supported. Music and video files can be streamed from DLNA media servers and USB drives using the Media Player app. PlayStation Network. The PlayStation 4 allows users to access a variety of free and premium PlayStation Network services, including the PlayStation Store, PlayStation Plus subscription service, PlayStation Music powered by Spotify, and the PlayStation Video subscription service, which allows owners to rent or buy TV shows and films à la carte. A United States-only cloud-based television programming service known as PlayStation Vue began beta testing in late November 2014. Sony intends to expand and evolve the services it offers over the console's lifespan. Unlike PS3, a PlayStation Plus membership is required to access multiplayer in most games. This requirement does not apply to free-to-play or subscription-based titles. Second screen and streaming. Smartphones and tablets can interact with the PlayStation 4 as second screen devices. Companion devices can also wake the console from sleep mode. A Sony Xperia smartphone, tablet or the PlayStation Vita can be used for streaming gameplay video from the console to handheld, allowing supported games to be played remotely, around a household or away from home. Sony hopes to make all PS4 games playable on PlayStation Vita. Developers can add Vita-specific controls for use via remote play. PlayStation app allows iOS and Android mobile devices to interact with the PlayStation 4. Gamers can use this application to, for example, purchase PS4 titles while away from console and have them remotely downloaded to it, watch live streams of other gamers, and viewing game maps while playing games. Social features. Stream's integration within PS4 consoles will put gamers on a new media field. They will have the ability to direct, produce, and star in their own video game production, simply by being an awesome gamer. Stream co-founder Brad Hunstable. Sony is focused on social aspects as a major feature of the console. Although the PS4 has improved social functionality, the features are optional and can be disabled. Community creation. Users have the option to create or join community groups based upon personal interest. Communities include a discussion board, accomplishments and game clips shared by other members. plus the ability to join group chat and launch cooperative games. Sony say communities are a good way to socialize with like-minded players, particularly when you want to tackle a big multiplayer raid, but don't have enough friends available. Media sharing. The DualShock 4 controller includes a share button, allowing the player to cycle through the last 15 minutes of gameplay to select a screenshot or video clip appropriate for sharing. Media is uploaded seamlessly from the console to other PSN users or social networking sites such as Dailymotion, Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Or else users can copy media to a USB flash drive and upload to a social network or website of their preference. Live broadcasting. Gamers can either watch live gameplay footage of titles which their friends are playing through the PS4 interface with cross-game, camera and microphone input, spectate silently, or broadcast live video of their own gameplay via public services Twitch, Ustream, Nico, or YouTube Gaming, allowing for friends and members of the public to view and comment upon them from other web browsers and devices. If a user is not broadcasting footage of their play session, a friend can send them a request to watch notification. SharePlay. The SharePlay feature allows for users to invite an online friend to join the play session via streaming. Even if they do not own a copy of the game, users can pass control of the game entirely to the remote user, or partake in cooperative multiplayer as if they were physically present. Mark Cerny says that remote assistance is particularly useful when confronted by a potentially game-defeating obstacle. You can even see that your friend is in trouble and reach out through the network to take over the controller and assist them through some difficult portion of the game. He said, SharePlay requires a PlayStation Plus subscription and can only be used for 1 hour at a time. Games. PlayStation 4 games are distributed at retail on Blu-ray disc, and digitally as downloads through the PlayStation Store. Games are not region-locked, so titles purchased in one region can be played on consoles in all regions, and players can sign on to any PS4 console to access their entire digital game library. All PlayStation 4 games must be installed to the console's storage. Users can begin to play portions of a game once the installation or download reaches a specific point, while the remainder of the game is downloaded or installed in the background. Updates to games and system software are also downloaded in the background and while in standby. PS4 users will, in the future, be able to browse titles and stream games via Gaikai to demo them almost instantaneously. Sony says they're committed to releasing an ever-increasing number of free-to-play games, including H1Z1 and PlanetSide 2. Sony also took steps to make it easier for independent game developers to release titles for the PS4 by giving them the option to self-publish their own games rather than rely upon others to distribute their titles. Backward compatibility. PlayStation 4 is not compatible with PlayStation 3 games. Selected PS3 games are available for streaming via PlayStation Now. On December 5, 2015, Sony first released emulated versions of selected PlayStation 2 games as digital purchases, upscaled to high definition and with support for PS4 social features. PlayStation 4 is otherwise not compatible with PlayStation 2 games. PlayStation Now. In December 2013, Andrew House indicated that Sony was planning to launch a cloud gaming service for the PS4 in North America within the third quarter of 2014, with a European launch to follow in 2015. At Consumer Electronics Show on January 7, 2014, Sony unveiled PlayStation Now, a service which will initially allow users to access PlayStation 3 games on the PS4 via a cloud-based streaming system, purchasing games individually or via a subscription. The United States Open Beta went live on July 31, 2014. The official United States release of the service was on January 13, 2015. PlayStation Now is in closed beta in the United Kingdom.